Hi everyone, welcome to my Q&A session from Prop 19. Everything you need to know about Prop 19 base year property tax transfer or interfamily transfer. Here are all the questions that are frequently asked. Question 1. If you recently sold your home and currently in escrow to purchase a new home, how do you transfer the base year value to the new home? So in order to transfer your property basis from your current primary resident into the new home, and if you are already sold your home and you're in escrow to purchase the new home, you need to fill out a form with the county. So when you sell your home and you're doing closing, you need to let your escrow officer know that you are intending on transferring the basis into the new home when you make a purchase, and they will make sure that you fill out all that paperwork properly. And when you're making the purchase of the new home at close of escrow, you gotta let them know that you are planning on transferring the property basis, so that way they can make sure that you fill out the correct form so that the county, if it's a different county that you're going to, will be able to take the price from the original county where you're from into the new place. Okay, so make sure you do that at closing, whether you're selling or buying. Another question regarding Prop 19 is, will I qualify for a base year value transfer if I purchase my replacement home first before selling my original home? So let's say if you want to make sure that you have a home before you move to, and you want to buy first before you sell your original home, you can actually absolutely do that 100%. And you have a period of 2 years. So you can buy the new home, and you have 2-year period to sell the original home and then transfer the basis into the new home. Again, make sure you follow the proper paperwork at closing when you are selling and when you're buying. If I have already used my one-time base year value transfer under the Proposition 60/90, can I still transfer the base year value 3 more times under Proposition 19? The answer is yes. If you are 55 and over, you have up to 3 times to make that transfer. Can I transfer my property tax value to the new home of any value? The answer is it depends. So when you are buying a new property and you want to transfer the original property tax basis into the new one, if the new purchase is of equal value as the current market value of your original home, then you can transfer it over, no problem. If you are buying a property that is higher in value than your original home, and this is not the base year original, the fair market value of the original home. So example would be if your home is worth $1 million and you sell it for $1 million, if you buy a home that is under $1 million, you're good to go. You can transfer whatever the property basis of your own home into the new home. But if you are into the new home, but the new home is higher in value, let's say you buy a new home at $1.3 million instead. So now it's $300,000 more than the fair market value of your original home. Then you have to do a little bit of a calculations in order to make an adjustment. So depending on the time frame, whether it within 1 year or 2 years, there's a calculation we need to do to adjust the original basis. Under Prop 19, here's a question. If I inherit my parents' family home and move into it and establish it as my family home, must I live continuously in the home to receive the intergenerational transfer exclusion? And what happens if I move elsewhere? So a primary resident, when it's being transferred from parent to child or grandparent to grandchildren, if it's a primary resident and when it gets transferred to the children or grandchildren and it stay a primary resident, you will qualify for Prop 19 exclusion, meaning it will not reassess, or you get to exclude the base year plus up to $1 million. So let's say what happened if you move out. If you move out, then you lose that exception or the exclusion that you will get reassessed. And then the follow-up question would be, well, what if you move out temporarily? Let's say if you have military service or you have to move somewhere for a short period. Well, if you have, let's say, military service for a year or two, and you have full intention of moving back into the home, then the exclusion will still apply for you. So let's say if a parents own two continuous parcels, meaning two property, one with a home and one is a vacant lot. Well, if the parents want to transfer this and apply Prop 19, can they? So here's the answer. Only the primary resident qualify for Prop 19 exclusion for the parent to child transfer. The other one, which is a vacant lot, would not. Or even if the other one, the next to the primary resident, as long as it's not a primary resident, it will not qualify. And so let's say the next question, if the parents own an apartment complex and they live in one of the unit, and then the parents want to transfer the complex to the children, would the entire complex qualify for the Prop 19? The answer is no. Only the unit that the parent live in would qualify for the Prop 19 exclusion and not the entire complex. So when you do that transfer, only the one unit in which the parent live in would qualify. The remainder of that complex will be up for reassessment. So another question is, if a property is in a living trust, would the property still qualify for Prop 19? The answer is yes. The county will look at the trust term to determine who has the current beneficiary ownership, and based on that, if all the criteria is met, it can qualify for Prop 19. If the property is owned by an LLC, would it qualify for Prop 19 transfer between parent and child or grandparent to grandchildren? The answer is no, because an LLC or a partnership, those havings are a legal entity that is excluded from the Prop 19 exclusion, meaning so Prop 19 only apply for properties with either in a living trust. So let's say, what if you want to transfer a portion of your ownership to your children or grandchildren? Is that allowed under Prop 19? The answer is yes. You can definitely transfer less than 100% of your ownership to your children or grandchildren. And let's say you decide to transfer 50%. And if this home is your primary resident and it's going to go into your children as a primary resident, that 50% you can apply the Prop 19 exclusion. However, let's say if you decide to transfer 50% to your children and then another 50% to your nephew, and your nephew doesn't live there, and your kid is the one who will be living there, then the one that goes to your children you can apply Prop 19 exclusion. The other 50% that goes to the nephew, that does not qualify, and that 50% will get reassessed. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you find this being helpful, please feel free to share it with your friends and family, and please click like and subscribe, so then I'll see you next time when we post our next video.